And this is Centerville, Illinois, flooding and its racial disparity. Currently, in Illinois City is experiencing sewer overflows citywide and receiving very little help from the government. Um, it's very problematic. The Centerville is a largely, by basically when they say BIPOC, it's a basically people of color city located just south of St. Louis. The
Mm.
5,000 or so residents have been experiencing sewage overflows and floods for decades, according to The Guardian. And it's obviously taking a toll on those who live there. The smell is putrid, human waste litters the ground, tap water has a strange taste, which means obviously it's the same situation in a lot of these smaller cities, smaller towns and cities where the pipes are probably also messed up. So most of the community relies on bottled water donations shipped imported from other cities. The persistent floods have been attributed to the wealth disparity Centerville faces. The average household income is estimated to come to under 15,000 annually.
Mm.
$15,000 a year, guys. And upwards of 50% of people live under the poverty line, similar to other environmental crises of the like. Many believe these issues would have been more quickly addressed if the community was wealthier and white. And they specifically, was quoted, somebody who lives in the city said that if the decades ago white people hadn't moved out of the area, that this would have been dealt with by now.
Yep.
That might be a controversial step, but I don't think so. I think that the idea is that if people people of color in these kind of areas are ignored.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, it's like in other countries where they have flooding, it creates disease and a lot of bad conditions. You know what I mean? Like it allows like mosquitoes and other things you know, become, you know, excessive or whatever it is, which you know, makes it easier for communicable diseases, right? If I'm saying that right,
Yes, it's
to
communicable.
spread. You know what I mean? So it's just, I don't know, that's horrible. And then with COVID and everything else going on, you know, if there's any emergencies, how are they supposed to get to, you know, places where they have to go to get treatment or whatever else if they're flooding? Like, I don't know, man. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. This is very inhumane. It's
Well,
very.
I'll fill in the story a little bit more because it's not just something like there's just flooding in the city and you're basically correcting the problem over and over again. The
Mm,
system is broken because people have not paid attention, and because of that, there are black people in Centerville who cannot live in their own homes, which was said by Nicole Nelson, the executive director of Equity Legal Services, a nonprofit that helped file a lawsuit that with residents in 2020, told The Guardian. So they are suing Illinois. The
mm,
organization believes pump stations need to be fixed and floods should be cleaned up, obviously. And that said, residents started looking for legal help last year. Nelson teamed up with Metropolitan St. Louis Equal Housing and Opportunity Council's staff attorney Kalila Jackson to represent the community and address the health hazards.
mm.
You can't have a sewage leak when you're dispersing shit in the air,
Yep.
quite literally.
Yep. Yep.
The
Yep.
trial is supposed to begin in October 2021.
Wow. Wow. That's crazy. It's crazy.
And I mean, just to see one more set of the idea, if you look here into this picture, you can
Oh,
see how
okay.
deep the flooding is. The flooding is just taking over the entire housing to the point of the door. And that means that the basement is flooded if they have a basement, and they most likely do. Um, yeah, I mean, this is a poor town, and these are poor towns, and this is something that we would like to focus on too. If you have a concern personally about, oops, sorry about that. If you have a concern personally about a town that you know of that has similar issues, we want to hear about it. We want to talk about it because this is a serious epidemic. Flint, Michigan is what we focus on usually,
Mm.
but Flint, Michigan is not the only place that is having these issues.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I don't know, man. I it hurts me to see this, man. It just, I don't know, man. I don't have much to say about this other than it just like says a lot about the country and their priorities. You know, I know what it's like to have flooding. I have flooding in certain areas of my neighborhood. You know, like not my exact neighborhood because we're kind of high up, but if you go down neck from where we're at, there's certain areas that they have a lot of damage all the time. Like down in South, not South, Sandy, was it Sandy Hook? Sandy Hook, yeah. The people have enough money to get their houses elevated, you know, at least, and they get government assistance with that. But here, you know, up in Newark, I don't think, you know, they have that. And because the way the things are over here, the stuff when it rains heavily, it literally like floods to about like a foot and a half of water at times. And then, you know, I'm not going to compare it to this because this is, you know, that stuff eventually the stuff here eventually drains out. But I can imagine like not having it drain you know, there's also
Well, the
some food
pumps themselves are.
shortages.
I,
Yep.
yeah, I mean, it's a food. There'll be food shortages because there'll be less access. The fact that
Mm,
you have to get bottled water consistently brought to you, especially because this is a low income area, that is
yeah.
just a terrible way of having to live.
Yep.
And we need to focus on how to make people's lives better on a very specific level. They deserve the natural right of just being able to get clean tap water if they
Yep.
need it. I think
Yep.
that is something that if we want to talk about it in a much larger political issue, is that we need to actually focus on the fact that these towns need to be focused on.
Yep.
Like they need to be individually aimed at, and we need to find ways to fix these major problems that they have.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
That's what I want Biden's infrastructure plan to be. If he's going to have an infrastructure plan, I don't want it to just be roads. And of course, I am going to say that I do want it to be climate change related and to focus on that as well. But he's got to be able to say, no, I want each state to go look at individual problems in these cities and actually look to attain a level of quality living.
Yep. 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 And we had issues here. I'm sure you know about it with Newark's lead crisis that we had here. Um, uh, what is it, Jordan Sheridan from Status Quo I came down here I think at one point to talk about it. You know, it's not the same as Flint, Michigan, but you know, for months we had issues with the lead in our water. Like this country, the infrastructure is horrible. I saw a picture the other day with trains. Like it just in general, everything is crap here now. We're the richest country in the world. Everything is crap. They had a picture of trains from different countries and all these beautiful looking bullet trains and like high speed, you know, railway or whatever it is. And then they showed the Amtrak and you know the stuff that we have, and it looked like crap. It looked like a bunch of old clunkers, you know what I mean? And it's like they don't do enough. And I don't mean to compare like the infrastructure necessarily for that. It's just that their priorities are where the money is. You know, they have plenty of money to go into places to build things to make money, but it's like they neglect everything
No,
else.
they have
You know,
plenty of money for war. They
well
have
that's
plenty of money for war
yeah,
and for contractors.
yeah,
That's where
yeah,
that money is going. We're
yeah,
not,
no,
if you want to talk about GDP and stuff, they're using
yeah,
that as the influence for increasing the income and wealth of the country.
yeah,
And of course, a demonizing cycle because honestly, you're killing people in Afghanistan, Yemen. Luckily, we're getting out of Yemen.
yeah,
Um, and that's actually more of the focus for me because we can't have a real change in our train systems unless we have a federal program to do so, for instance.
yeah.
And that is, it's going to be extensive if you do that. And I believe that it should be done, but it's got to be focused. And I mean, I'll give, hopefully Buttigieg actually brings out a plan. Let's just say that.
You don't agree though to some degree that it is something about like the tech companies and everything as well, like anything that brings in money, like real estate and whatever. Because at the end of the day, if you look at it, I mean, I agree with you with the war thing. I definitely 100% agree with you with that. But I also think part of it is big businesses also making money aside from that because of the fact that I mean, I guess part of the stock market does have to do with the people creating weapons and so on and so forth. But they also look at the tech companies and everything else. They gauge how well the country's doing by the stock market and not by how Main Street is doing. You know what I mean? Like the regular population is.
See,
Go ahead.
See,
Go
we
ahead.
only disagree because I believe that technology itself is not the answer to why this hasn't been addressed for 35, 40 years. I
Okay.
think that the technology itself just becomes a tool of the monetary system that is in the stock market at this point.
Mm.
And they don't necessarily benefit from us being in a great situation, but they do benefit if there's constant construction. If there's new construction and new building and trying to fix the things, that's just money being spent. So
Yeah.
they're going to benefit from it. The technology is not going to be hurt by us
They
having a real plan.
But what about us consuming? Like their whole thing, the only reason why they want us to go back to work is so we can consume and spend more. Like I mean, I see what your point is. I definitely agree with it. Like I just think that there's also other aspects. I think that maybe your perspective is more of the reason, but I still feel like part of the reason they want us to get back to work and do all this stuff is not only to be distracted and to spend money and to keep the economy going, but because they want that money to filter back to them at the end of the day. When they did all these tax breaks because of COVID, it went to these big companies. You know what I mean? It went to the airplane industry and like travel and so on and so forth. Things that I don't know, man. I mean, maybe I'm wrong or whatever, but
I
I
think I
feel
think
like
you're more concerned with the fact that there is all of these basically buying out the companies to survive in this kind of environment instead
yeah,
of helping the people themselves.
yeah,
The only reason I'm really contradicting it is because this is a decades long problem for them. They're
yeah,
telling us that they've been having these floods for 20 to 30 years.
yeah, yeah.
So I think it's like
Yeah. I mean, in regards
that's
to this, yeah, they don't want to invest in it because that's just they're burning money in their mind. You know what I mean? Like in our mind, we're like, you're
yes.
helping us, but in they're like, why? Well, why should we fix that? We'll just, get up and move then if you don't like it. Like that's probably their
Yes.
mentality. You know what I mean? Like if you don't like it, get up. But we're poor, we can't afford it. Oh, but that's not my problem. You know what I mean? That's what their whole mentality is. So, but yeah,
And
that's crazy.
no, that's exactly where I'm at with it too. I agree with that position that it's more like it's not worth it to them to fix this problem, right?
Yeah.
In their eyes.